We are always looking for exciting new characters in comics, something that shakes up the status quo and allows us to reinvent the way we see heroes.
But of course, publishers are also trying to get us engaged in these characters, which can be hard to do when introducing someone completely new and fresh to a story and a universe.
So what's a good way to hook readers but also shake things up a bit? Well, alternate universes, and more specifically, in this case of the video, mashups.
Welcome back, Nerd Squad. He's Taylor McWatters.
And she's Amanda McKnight, and we'll be your host for today's team-up video where we are going to be revisiting the world of amalgamating once more as we count down the top 10 amalgam characters, part 2.
For this video, we also wanted to bring you something completely new. So while we'll still be talking about DC and Marvel mashups from Amalgam Comics themselves, we'll also be talking about mashup characters that exist in various alternate realities from both DC and Marvel individually as well.
Because while Amalgam Comics were amazing, we figured why not introduce you to some newer mashups as well. And if you like the Amalgam Universe and mashups in general, be sure to check out our part 1 to this list by clicking over here.
And stick around to the end of this list where we'll have some bonus content coming your way in the form of comments. Alright, now let's get counting. Number 10, Hot Rocks. Hot Rocks comes to us from Marvel's amalgamated superhero world known as Warp World from Infinity Warp. Infinity Wars? Infinity Wars, I think, or Infinity War. So many wars happen in Infinities. This is true in Marvel. This world was created by Gamora, who using the Infinity Stones folded the universe in half, merging the souls of its superpowered community. One of the awesome mashups we got from Warp World was Hot Rocks, a combination of Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, and Benjamin Grimm, aka the Fantastic Four's The Thing. Hot Rocks appears to have powers that paid tribute to his namesake. He was made of rocks, and he could get hot. Benjamin Storm, as he was known, was the brother of Reed Storm. Together, these two made up the superheroic duo known as the Terrific Two.
Number 9, Iron Lantern. From the Amalgam Comic Universe, Iron Lantern is of course a millionaire who is in charge of Stark Aircraft. While he was working on a flight simulator, it straight up took off and flew him somewhere. Quite the simulator that is, not too shabby. Stark crash landing on the ground, injuring Stark. He realizes he was brought to a crashed alien spaceship. The spaceship belonging to none other than Roman Sur, who died before getting a chance to talk to Hal Stark. Not being in the best condition after the rocky landing, Hal started working with newfound tech on a new suit. This Green Lantern upgrade of a suit saved his life for sure, but it also gave him the power to create anything out of this green energy. He used a battery that reminded him of a lantern to do so. He then went on to fight the aliens that had shot down Roman Sur and continued fighting enemies such as Madame Sapphire and Mandarin Estro.
Number 8, Deadeye. Deadeye is from the Amalgam Comics universe. Yeah, I'm not just going to abandon Amalgam, but I cannot deny that there are lots of mashup worlds out there that deserve to be explored in addition to Amalgam. Deadeye is a combination of Deadshot from DC and Bullseye from Marvel, both of which are known for being villains, and also known for being great shots. Deadeye is the one responsible for shooting out Dare the Terminator's eye, and was killed in the Amalgam Universe by the assassin Cat's Eye, aka Elektra Kyle. Previous to this, he attempted to team up with fellow villainous assassins Lethal and Wired, working for the big boss known as Big Question, in an attempt to get revenge on their mutual enemies, of which Cat's Eye was one. Unfortunately, she got the jump on him before he could take her out.
Number 7, AQUA-MARINER. Making his first appearance in the Amalgam Universe, starting in Challengers of the Fantastic, AQUA-MARINER, aka Arthur Mackenzie, is able to breathe in and out of water, of course, but he also has wings on his ankles that allow him to fly. Yeah, and you thought having Heelys was cool? Get out of here. Wings? You'd never be late, not once. And if that wasn't cool enough, he's also great at handling his grappling trident. From Marine Mystery number 1, we find Prince Namor as the lone survivor of the underwater city of Poseidonus. And after the loss of his wife and son, Arthur Mackenzie went to Surface World where he would protect the oceans from further harm. And with the coral reefs disappearing more and more every minute, that would be a pretty good time for Arthur Mackenzie to pop out in our world, I would say.
Number 6, Diamond Patch. Diamond Patch is the amalgamation of Emma Frost and Wolverine, and as such comes to us from Marvel's Warp World. He boasts of strong diamond claws instead of adamantium coated ones, and often wears white like the mutant White Queen Emma Frost. He also sports an eye patch, his look seemingly also inspired by Wolverine's undercover identity during his time in Madripoor. Patch. No one would have ever guessed that it was secretly Wolverine. Looks just like him. Hence the code name Diamond Patch. Diamond Patch is also known for being a powerful telepath as well as for his business acumen.
Number 5, Arachnite. You find some pretty awesome things in Warp Worlds. Arachnite is among one of my favorites. And as you may have guessed by now, Arachnite is the amalgamation of Spider-Man and Moon Knight. Pretty bad. Making his first appearance in Infinity Wars #3, Peter was actually the successful owner and operator of Parker Industries, with his side gig being the vigilante Arachnite. His best friend at the time being Harry Russell. You can probably see where I'm going here. Harry's father was none other than Norman Russell, aka the Goblin by Night, brought on by a curse that turns him into a bloodthirsty monster. Wow, sounds like quite the handful there. One night, Peter got a glimpse of this happening and followed Norman to Central Park, and you guessed it, he of course kicked his ass.
Number 4, Big Question. Big Question comes to us from the Amalgam Universe. He's a combination of DC's Riddler, aka Edward Nygma, and Marvel's Kingpin, aka Wilson Fisk. Hence his name, Edward Enigma Fisk. Big Question appeared as a villain in both the Assassins and the Dare the Terminator comics out of Amalgam. He was a corrupt politician whose office sat near the top of Arkham Tower in New Gotham City, just below Doctor Strange Fate's residence. Big Question is the enemy of Dare the Terminator in the Amalgam Universe and attempts to rule New Gotham City with an iron fist, though he is eventually taken down by Cat's Eye and the Gotham Bugle.
Number 3, Dr. Doomsday. From the Amalgam Universe, Dr. Doomsday is rather terrifying. So Victor Von Doom would often experiment with cosmic ray shielding, right? He would set up camp on Earth in a safe base. Meanwhile, the future challengers of the Fantastic Four monitored the progress from a space shuttle. Now, of course, not being the coolest guy ever, Victor Von Doom deactivated the shielding on this ship and took off when it crash landed. So Doom was curious about Doomsday. A lot of Doom in this one, eh? One day during an examination, one of Doomsday's bone fragments shot out into Victor Von Doom's face. Oopsie daisies. So the DNA started to make its way in and gave us the lovely Dr. Doomsday, who is actually responsible for American Girl's death. I like the look of this guy a lot. He just looks like he's on skis, the green hood, spiked face, just looks like the definition of trouble.
Number 2, Moon Squirrel. Moon Squirrel also comes to us from Warp World. She is by far the cutest and coolest Warp World hero, in my humble opinion. Moon Squirrel is Lunine Laugh-A-Green. Like Moon Girl, she is recognized as being one of the smartest people on the planet with a genius level intellect, especially when it comes to tech and inventions. When young Lunine befriended a giant squirrel who had undergone pterogenesis, so I guess an inhuman squirrel, her life was changed forever. She adopted the mantle Moon Squirrel, taking inspiration from a name her classmates referred to her by, Moon Girl, and became a hero. She's a combination of Marvel heroes Moon Girl, aka Lunella Lafayette, and Squirrel Girl, aka Doreen Green.
And finally, number 1, Soldier Supreme. Okay, for this last one, I would pay a stupid amount of money to see this in a theater. Soldier Supreme makes his debut in, you guessed it, Warp World. So of course he has the combined powers of Captain America and Doctor Strange, which you probably guessed at this point, which already makes him one of the most badass dudes ever. Also appearing in Infinity Wars issue 3, weak and small Steven Rogers volunteered in a US military experiment to become a super soldier. Sounds familiar so far? Right on. The serum, however, was just a cover for Mystic rituals. Spooky wookie. So he got some pretty amazing powers from it, leading the Howling Commandos of Hogarth alongside Dum Dum Fury and Bucky Wong.
Thank you so much for watching, Nerd Squad. What are some of your favorite Amalgam characters?
Are there any that still haven't made the cut that you'd love to hear us mention?
Maybe on a part 3? Would you be into a part 3? Do you want to hear about DC mashup? Because that's also a whole other world. Let us know in the comments below.
And speaking of comments, I think it's time to take a look at some comments from our last collab, Top 10 Shocking Mystique Betrayals.
Ooh. Goo in my shoes comments. Don't piss off Rogue is one of the core rules at the X Mansion. This is because Beast keeps eating her ice cream and she would destroy the kitchen out of rage. This is true.
It's pretty fair. It's
yeah,
justified.
I'm not gonna piss off Rogue, nor am I going to eat her ice cream. But I might try to eat ice cream with Rogue, because that sounds fun.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Broken Bridge comments. Amanda McKnight and Taylor McWatters. The dynamic between you two is interesting. See, it's interesting. That's I like that. Please keep it up. Also, I can see Taylor as Nightcrawler. And hey, Amanda, with some blue face paint and Mystique's outfit, you could cosplay as the Blue Mutant herself. Oh, unreal. Thanks, Broken Bridge. I mean, I didn't totally pay you to say that at all.
I also feel like I have the red hair for Mystique, so I could see that. Although I think I'd have to cut it, because Mystique has like usually a shorter look going on. But I'm down. I've wanted to cut my hair for a while. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments.
Done, there we go.
Lord Venjtx comments, Mystique could be introduced in Captain Marvel 2 along with Rogue. Yeah, I could totally see that happening, and I feel like I would love to have Rogue in Captain Marvel 2 because I'd love to see that dynamic between them. Also, we're gonna have mutants, so this might be a good opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm like, yep.
Yep,
More
I
yep.
agree.
After that snap, I'm like, they have to, it's a thing, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Number 4, Jesse Mann comments, who do you want to see play Mystique in the MCU? Honestly, I thought about this for a while. I would have to say Maya Hawke, who played Robin in Stranger Things.
See, I was gonna say Tatiana Maslany, but she's already playing She-Hulk. And then I was thinking Laura Prepon, but I also, like, she's 40 now, so I don't know, is she too old for Mystique? But Mystique is also supposed to kind of be like, I always think of her as being like a sexy, matronly figure. I don't know if that's weird, but.
She would kill it. She would actually do really well. She did a good job, yeah.
She's got a good look, I think, for it. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the part 2 of our top 10 Amalgam characters list. Ensure you don't miss any parts of any of our lists by ringing that notification bell and subscribing down below there. Take your virtual internet jacket off and stay a while with us.
Yeah, just relax. And we know that there's way too many to choose from, so comment down below which ones that you'd like to hear us break down for you. Also, comment what you want to see, because like we love reading those here at the studio as well. She's Amanda McKnight.
And that's Taylor McWatters. Till next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube. Good, you can't see my knee brace. People are gonna be like, what happened to you?
Yo, what happened? Were you kneeing someone in the mouth?
No, I just have like a recurring like knee injury. I'm just old. I just have bad joints on my one side, so.
Okay, my knees are
Yeah, I ran on an incline for like 3 years every day at the gym in the morning before college, and that f***ed me up, basically. Don't do that. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. He's Taylor McWatters.
And she's Amanda McKnight. And oops, like
sorry. I don't know why I jumped into that. You go ahead.
It's like the ancient hieroglyphs. I'm like, I don't know what the TM thing is.
Yeah. DEADEYE is the one responsible for claimed, what is that even, what is that word supposed to be? DEADEYE is the one responsible for claiming a claiming? I guess claiming, sure. Taking out.
Sass.
So true.
Sassy boy.
That's sassy boy.